Okay. Welcome to the ABCs of Rock and Roll. I am your host, Andy Schwertman. For this episode, we are very excited about our special guest, a great local writer, music historian, blogger, and photographer, Mr. Tony Keefer. Tony, thank you and welcome to the show.
Hey, Andy, thank you, man. I'm excited about doing this, man.
Who was your introduction to rock and roll, and how old were you?
Wow, man. My introduction to rock and roll was my older brother, Pat.
Okay.
He's quite a bit older, not quite a bit older than I am. He's a little older than I am. So
Okay.
he was into bands like Kiss and Ozzy Osbourne and Twisted Sister, Iron Maiden, and I was just kind of a little pipsqueak, the annoying little
Right.
brother, you know. And
Right.
you always want to impress your older brother. So I was
Right.
like, I like Kiss, I like Ozzy Osbourne, I like Twisted Sister, and we watched things on MTV and stuff. And just over the years, I grew to love that music myself.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. That's
Yeah.
cool. What was the first rock and roll album you ever bought?
The first album I ever bought, that would be Aerosmith's Pump.
Okay.
I can
cool.
remember going to Swallen's, the old store.
Oh, I remember them. Yeah.
And buying it on cassette. And,
Nice. Nice.
Yeah, that was the first one I ever bought on my own.
Nice. Okay. What was your first concert?
First concert I ever went to. Now, this is going to take you out of the rock and roll genre, but
That's okay.
5 or 6 years old, my parents took me to see George Jones.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
For some reason, I gravitated towards George Jones as a young kid.
Nice.
He Stopped Loving Her Today.
Yes.
I remember hearing that song, and for some reason, I just loved that song. I became obsessed with George Jones.
Nice.
So they took me to the Cincinnati Gardens, and I saw No Show Jones.
Nice.
Yeah.
Which is just not that far away from here.
Yeah, right. And, I think being a little kid, you don't even really understand what you're witnessing, you know. But now as an adult, I'm so glad I had that experience.
Right.
Yeah.
Tell us about your love affair with Aerosmith. How did you get into them, and what is your favorite album by them?
I got into them when I was probably about 13, 14 years old.
Okay.
I heard the song Janie's Got a Gun.
Yes.
And
From Pump.
From Pump, exactly.
Yes.
And I bought the little single tape, and listened to it.
Right.
And then the song What It Takes came out.
Yes.
So that's when I told you before, I went and I bought the record Pump.
Mm-hmm.
And I just listened to it over and over and
Yes.
over.
Yes.
And then I would go to Musicland in Tri-County Mall, and I would find any Aerosmith that I could find.
Nice.
Toys in the Attic.
Right.
Rocks.
Yes.
Draw the Line. I got all these records on cassette.
Their old stuff.
Yeah, and I just kind of
Pretty
basically digested it.
Nice.
That's all I would listen to is Aerosmith, Aerosmith, Aerosmith.
Nice.
And, the walls in my room were covered in Aerosmith.
Nice. That's
you know,
awesome.
Then Get a Grip came out, and I remember buying Get a
Oh,
Grip,
yes. Yes.
and then, getting the concert, going to the tours and stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Isn't that your favorite?
Yes. Yes. And is it okay if I interject that? Is that okay?
Yeah, man, let's do it.
So, my introduction to Aerosmith was in 1993. I was 6 years old. I was born in 1987, so I was born the year that Aerosmith put out Permanent Vacation and Guns N' Roses put out Appetite for Destruction and Hysteria by Def Leppard and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
And and we had a neighbor whose name, and this is not a joke. There is a guy who used to live next door to us, and his name is Jim Sullivan. Sweetheart of a guy, really sweet. And this was before they had kids, and I remember he had a music room in his old house, which is next door to us. And he said, "Hey Andy, you want to come over and play the drums?" And I said, "Sure." Well, he said, "There is a rock and roll band by the name of Aerosmith." And I said, "Hang on a second." And I had just seen the movie Mrs. Doubtfire,
Yeah.
back, and I said, "Isn't that the band that sings Dude Looks Like a Lady?" And he goes, "Yep." And I said, "Oh my gosh, I had no idea. I had heard that song through Mrs. Doubtfire, and I didn't even know who sang it." And he went, "Wow, Andy, you're not, what is wrong with you?" And the next thing I know, I just started buying their stuff, and I still am. And I started buying their stuff, and I realized, holy crap, they're awesome.
Yes, sir.
So that was my little introduction to them, so to speak. So,
What's your favorite Aerosmith album?
Well, I would have to say I have a couple. Permanent Vacation is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Pump, as you said, Get a Grip, Just Push Play. Even some of their older stuff. Their first album, Get Your Wings.
Yeah, yeah.
Toys in the Attic, Rocks. Haven't heard Draw the Line or any of that stuff yet, but I have heard their first album. I have heard Get Your Wings. I have heard Toys. I have heard Rocks. I love those first 4 albums.
Definitely, man.
Permanent Vacation, Pump, Get a Grip, Just Push Play. Their blues-oriented album, Honkin' on Bobo, I like.
Yeah.
I like that. That's the stuff that's on there. I love.
Yeah.
The Oh Yeah Ultimate Aerosmith Hits compilation that was released, love that. Because that's like chronological, you know.
Right.
But yeah, that is music to me.
Yeah, me too.
Not this Marilyn Manson stuff.
Yeah.
Not that. No.
I agree.
Not at all. That's just a bunch of noise.
That's right.
Wrong. You won't find a Marilyn Manson album anywhere in my collection at my house. Heck, you know.
Mine either.
I'm just saying. Little DVD or little bonus, you know. Anyway, okay. So, other than Aerosmith, who are some of your favorite 80s metal and hard rock groups other than Aerosmith?
Wow, man. I like so many different bands, but I'd say Tesla. I don't know if you're familiar with Tesla.
I love their stuff. Yes.
One of my favorite bands. I think they're highly underrated.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yes.
Big Iron Maiden fan.
Yes.
Pantera.
Mm-hmm.
Love Poison.
Ooh, nice one.
Yes. And
The first 3 albums are awesome.
Yeah, and
Yes.
Cinderella.
Mm-hmm.
So I love that 80s music, you
Yes.
know, and it just,
Yes.
yeah. I don't think
It
enough
will
people-
never die.
It will never die, and it's still around, and these
Yes.
bands are still making great music.
Rat.
Yeah, I just saw
Warren.
Stephen Pearcy, yeah. Great bands. you
Warren.
know. And it was when you're allowed to have fun and
Yes.
with rock and roll.
Yes. Yes.
Definitely.
There weren't any flannel shirts or any of that crap.
But I have to tell you, though, that right underneath Aerosmith, though, my favorite is a guy named by the name of Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Yes. Yes. My Uncle Ken Clark got me into him.
Yeah, I love Stevie Ray Vaughan
Yes.
so much, man.
Yes.
And,
Yes.
yeah.
I love his stuff.
Yeah.
I love his stuff. I love your website, The Music Room. Your writing is great, and your photography. What? Okay. Okay. Time for part 2. I hope that was an okay
Yeah.
introduction into it.
End of part 1.
End of part 1. Part 2 is coming up soon.